As of right now, it is breaking. Officially, the Senate has passed the Genius Act's crypto stablecoin law at this time. There will be a great deal of volatility coming up, not to mention the fact that this is a major or actually quite positive development for cryptocurrencies in general. Gentlemen, every one of these things is taking place at the same time that there is a crisis going on right now. And tomorrow there will be a decision made by the Federal Reserve, correct? I mean, so far, like over 1 million people have spotted this law, guys, getting approved, right? So yays were 68 to nays, 30 insane. The majority of people love it. So people are distracted by external news, and they don't really realize what's happening. Now, I suppose, according to Brad Garling, cryptocurrency businesses have been requesting that Congress create crypto law and establish guidelines for the industry for a number of years. Considering that this is the first significant financial measure to pass in the Senate since the Dodd-Frank Act, it is also the first crypto bill to be approved. The bill will now be sent to the House and the President will sign it. Moments that are truly historic, guys, all right. What an insane idea. It's almost as if we've witnessed a change taking place in the political systems of the United States of America. If we had seen these laws, rules, and regulations put into place, a great number of people would have been rescued, including a great number of people during the entire period of time, which might be anywhere from 10 years to something else, and they would have been spared from a great number of scams and frauds, right? On the other hand, it is preferable to nothing more than the fact that they are finally taking action and implementing rules. Now that the Genius Act has been passed, NAK dollar-backed stablecoins are regulated. This is a very significant development since we are aware that the moment has come for you to part ways so that you may finally say goodbye. Okay, stablecoins are the way to go if you want to modernize payments and safeguard customers. Stablecoins can only be issued by bank subsidiaries or other approved issuers according to this regulation. Issuers are required to maintain full reserves in either NAK dollars, Tether, or liquid assets, with the maximum holdings for state-regulated companies being capped at $10 billion. They are also required to publish their reserves on a regular basis. In addition to adhering to anti-money laundering regulations, they are required to be transparent to stablecoin issuers. Those that own stablecoins are given priority in the event of bankruptcy, and deceptive marketing is prohibited. Proponents assert that it guarantees both clarity and safety, as well as unisex dollar domination. Critics say that it is overly forgiving, which puts the economy at danger of fraud and political interference, and it might not be able to completely avoid pegging or bankruptcy. Now, let's concentrate on that very final part. A simple one-to-one backing is all that is required. That is correct, and you are free to depart. Tethering is a major no-no in this situation. Treasury may prohibit foreign stable currencies that do not comply with regulations. As you are aware, almost like a battle was going on. My guess is that it was, but I'm not sure whether I can locate this particular phrase. However, Paolo, the CEO of Tether, stated in a direct manner that the company does not care about the United States of America. Guys, we are not going to comply with what they are instructing us to do with our Tether and with our UST. Regarding the issue of being open and honest, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe he made a statement that was similar to that. I am rephrasing for you. Guys, we are aware that Tether is a stablecoin that originates from another country, and I am aware that they will not comply with the requirements. It's a major problem over there. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has announced that only 6% of Tether's reserves are backed by cash. Try it out for yourself. As a side note, this is before we discuss the Federal Reserve tomorrow, and this is before Bitcoin. Is that okay? All of that information is going to be discussed in a moment, but before we get to that, this is really important information because it alters the entire landscape of cryptocurrencies in general. The next topic is Tether and its reserves. Always keep in mind that it must be open and honest. Whatever stablecoin is popular in the United States, right? As soon as it reaches a score of 100%. This brings us one step closer to the goal. Then, recent revelations indicate that Tether, the most valuable stablecoin in the world in terms of market capitalization, which has achieved a market value of more than $60 billion, may have put its users in danger of experiencing major hazards. It is over, that much is certain. I'm telling you guys that the time that Tether has left is very short. We're getting closer, and it seems as though we're already here. We move up, and then all of a sudden, that's a roller coaster. The likelihood is that we are like, and I'll say like right here. Do you agree that it is a little bit taller than that looks to be? The collapse, if we may use that term, because it appears to be moving in that direction, raise concerns over the protection of users and consumers with regard to Tether. Due to the fact that there is a lack of information on the profile and location of Tether's users, it is particularly challenging to carry out a comprehensive study of the implications for the system. That is the case. There is a significant lack of regulation around the Tether issuing body, which is located in the British Virgin Islands. Exactly the same. Also, you are aware of the United States of America, right? The reason that restrictions are not there in this area in the first place is that they might have been introduced here, maybe as far back as 5 or 10 years ago. They just made the decision not to. It appears to me that they were looking for an explanation. This was mentioned many years ago, and the reason why the explanation was put into place is because of how it was put in place. If Terra Luna were to collapse, or if another stablecoin were to fall, everyone would shout for assistance simultaneously. That was the responsibility of Terra Luna. It was the one who didn't fit in. And at this point, when individuals have already lost a significant amount of money, they have come to the rescue, quote unquote. Included in this is the fact that I do not now possess a stable currency, but you are aware that certain exchanges and those other things will recall when the collapse occurs, right? When the collapse occurs, when everyone yells out that we need laws since the entire cryptocurrency business is so shady, when they finally do bring it upon, they will do so because they will be thinking, okay, you guys asked for it. It is true that you are unable to fight back against us when the restrictions are stringent, right? As a result of your request for it. Is it, however, a better option than nothing? Exactly. In a manner similar to that comparison, I do some thinking about the future, right? Regarding the fact that the future is secure, yet there is not a lot of freedom, is that correct? I'm going to speculate that those are the trade-offs that we would have to make if we were living in some kind of futuristic environment, but I definitely don't know. However, if we are being completely honest, this does not appear to be so horrible, right? It is possible that the United States authorities have minimal control over the issuer of Tether, despite the fact that it is tethered to the dollar. The most current disclosures, which were made at the end of March 2022, fail to provide any significant information. Nonetheless, they do make it abundantly evident that Tether's asset risk exposures remain substantial. Tether is backed by cash only to the extent of 6%. With only 6%, are you serious at this very moment? An indication of liquidity mismatches due to the fact that Tether permits direct and quick redemption at face value price. The collapse of Tether raises the question, what will happen? Are you sure that you are unable to redeem your Tethers or USCTs? The one-to-one. They declare that they are 100% backed over here. Every Tether is always backed by traditional money that is stored in their reserves, and this backing is always one-to-one. Therefore, one USCT is always comparable to one USCT. No, that is not the case. That is not true. To put it another way, you record it. It is not true. Do you agree? Then why are they telling lies? Why are they lying? To put it another way. And how is it that they have not been seen by the... I suppose it's safe to assume that the governments don't care, right? On the other hand, they are powerless to stop it, due to the fact that I suppose it has not collapsed. In the event that Tether were to collapse tonight, it would be evident that it would not collapse during the collapse itself, hence they would most likely have a reason to go after it.